Brothers and sisters, welcome to our Lenten reflections entitled The Junk in the Yard. You could see all around me a lot of junk all over. I'm not sure if you have seen a lot of junk in the people's yard, whether it's a backyard or front yard, and probably when you pass by, you ask yourself, who lives in such a messy place? How come no one really takes care of this junk? This is actually a metal scrap place where all the unnecessary left pieces are abandoned right here. But many times our yards could look like that. But obviously we take care of them because otherwise we can be evicted from our homes and different issues can take place. However, the reason why we speak about the junk in the yard is the fact that we have a lot of junk in our lives. Our lives are messy. A lot of this junk has to do with our disordered attitudes, with our vices, with our sins that create a lot of discommunion among us in our families, a lot of miscommunication, maybe judgments, a lot of sadness, a lot of frustration. There's a lot of junk. Some we can see right away. Other junk is more hidden, invisible for an eye at the first sight. So in this Lenten series of reflections, The Junk in the Yard, we'll look at the junk in our lives, but specifically through the prism of 7 capital sins and different shades and colors, how they are being reflected in our lives. Probably you might think, well, I don't have too many problems with the capital sins. So the structure will be as follows. I'll do a little checklist diagnosis so that we can look at ourselves. Then we'll be able to ask ourselves if we truly have one or more of those sins present, maybe rooted in us, maybe even slightly visible. Then we'll have a chance to ask the Lord for help, turning to Him to be delivered, to be helped in our sins that are racking our lives. And then taking advantage of the teaching of the saints and holy men and women, will apply their recommendations, their advice, how to respond to God's grace that is there to heal us. The Lord, as a good doctor, will apply very specific medications for the right sickness. When He knows, for example, that we struggle with laziness or with greed, He will apply situations that will be making our lives exactly difficult in this regard, so that we can turn to the Lord and ask for help, crying out that He may deliver us from those vices. Now, let's think about it. Even if we're helped in the smallest aspect, even one vice or 2 vices, if we're going to be more aware and at the same time turning to the Lord for help, and we get healing in one aspect, all the other aspects will be also remedied, will be lifted up. So I would like to encourage each and every one of you in the series, The Junk in the Yard, hoping that our reflections will be beneficial for your soul. God bless you, brothers and sisters, as we begin our Lenten series.